Did you know that you can send emails directly from NetSuite? Chances are you're familiar with this NetSuite feature, but have you been using it to its fullest potential? Before you use email in NetSuite, you'll want to set up a couple things first. One area that you can customize is the From field. To do this, navigate to Home, set Preferences, and locate the User Profile section under the General subtab. Then type in the address you want to appear in the From field of emails you send in NetSuite. If you leave this field blank, your NetSuite login email will automatically appear in the From field of your NetSuite emails. Another area you can customize is your email signature. If you want to create an email signature that includes images and/or links, you can do that in the email editor. Navigate to Documents, Templates, Email Templates, New. Create your email signature using the rich text editor. To finalize your email signature, switch to the source view of the message text editor, copy all the code, return to Home, set Preferences, General, User Profile, and paste the HTML code. What are some of the scenarios in which you would find yourself sending an email directly from NetSuite? Here are several key NetSuite pages that you may need to send an email from directly. First, searches and reports can be emailed. To email a search or a report, navigate to the page you need and select the email button. The email button is represented as a letter envelope icon. The email message window will open, allowing you to compose your message, send it, and then return directly back to the NetSuite window you were working in previously. Second, you may find that you need to send an email from a specific entity record. For example, if you needed to email an employee, a customer, or a vendor, you would go to their record to do that. On their record, click the Email button under the Messages tab of the Communications subtab. And third, you may find that you need to send an email directly from a specific transaction record. Sending an email from a transaction record is comparable to sending an email from an entity record, but there are a few differences. For example, you can create transaction email templates that are unique to different types of transactions. As a result, when you email a transaction to your customer, you can select the transaction template type you need, simplifying the entire process of composing the email. Another difference is that you could email a transaction when creating the transaction or afterwards when viewing the transaction. Whereas with entity records, you wouldn't send an email to the individual associated with that record until after the record's creation. To send an email when creating a transaction, select To Be Emailed under the Messages tab of the Communications subtab. Then, when you finish putting in all the information you need for the transaction, select Save and Email from the Save drop-down list. And if you need to email a previously created transaction, view the transaction and choose Email from the Actions list. When you compose an email in NetSuite, there are 3 tabs available to you in the email message window. The first tab is Recipients. You can choose a main recipient for the email using the first drop-down recipient list. Note that there may be limitations on who the main recipient can be. For example, if you were sending the email from an employee record, then obviously the main recipient would automatically be that employee. The second recipient list permits you to include other individuals in the email as well. The CC box is checked by default for these secondary recipients, but you also have the option of using BCC for them instead. The second tab is Message. In the Message tab, you can select a predetermined template if applicable, write the subject of the email, request a read receipt if you need one, and write the content of your message. Because the message box uses the rich text editor, you can arrange the content however you like, include pictures or links if necessary, and customize the font size and type. The final tab is Attachments. You can attach documents, which includes PDFs, to your emails from this tab as long as the documents are in the file cabinet. Depending on the file size of the documents you need to send, you may want to check the Zip Attachments box in order to compress the file size. Note that you can attach multiple files in this tab. After choosing one file in the drop-down list, click Add to be able to include additional documents. NetSuite has 2 file folders that store any files sent or received through email. These folders are called Attachments Received and Attachments Sent. It's important to note that you cannot attach files in either of these folders to any emails you send from NetSuite. If you do need to email files in these folders, you would first need to move them to a different NetSuite folder. After writing your email, determining the recipients, and including any attachments, select Merge and Send to send the email. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video, let us know by hitting the like button. And to learn more about how SuiteRep can help you with all of your NetSuite needs, visit us at SuiteRep.com.